Hi everyone, today we will learn about the decorator design pattern in PHP. So the first thing first, what is a decorator? As a quick definition, a decorator is a structural design pattern that allows for modifying an object dynamically, which means rather than updating the existing code, we can do that through object. So we wrap the main object with some other object. This way we can extend or change the behavior of the main object. So you will need to go with a decorator if you want the same capabilities of inheritance with subclasses, but you still need to extend or change the behavior at the runtime. The benefit of using a decorator is making our code base more flexible and also easy to maintain. These things will be more clear when we jump to the code. So let's jump into it. Now I'm going to show you how we can implement the booking feature using inheritance, which is not the best approach we can go with. Then I will try to refactor that code using a composition following the decorator pattern. So I may have a basic booking class, and the basic booking class will have a base price of $50. So let's create a protected property and call it base price, and let's initialize it to $50. This basic booking also going to offer a function that is going to return the base price of this basic booking. So let's do that and call our function getCost, and we'll just return the base price of our basic booking. Perfect. And now we may also offer an option for our customer to add Wi-Fi to their booking. So we may have a class that is called Wi-Fi, and this class going to extend our basic booking class. And let's say that our Wi-Fi price is about $5. So let's create protected property and call it Wi-Fi price, and let's initialize the price to $5. Now we may offer a function that is going to return the total price including the Wi-Fi price. So let's call it getCost, and we'll just return our basic price by calling the parent on the parent class and call the getCost on the parent class. Then we will just add to it the Wi-Fi price. We also may offer other options, for example, to add breakfast to the booking. So let's create that breakfast class. Let's call it breakfast, and the breakfast class will also extend the basic booking. And let's set the price for our breakfast to, let's maybe $10. And let's create also a function, and this function, let's call it also getCost, and it will just return the total price including the breakfast price. And let's call this breakfast. And now let's say that I want to get the most basic booking in our system. So I'm gonna create new instance from booking, from the basic booking, and let's var dump the basic booking cost. So I'm gonna call getCost on that booking instance. Now if I do PHP decorator, and as we expect, we get $50. So now imagine we want to add Wi-Fi option to our booking. To do that, we have to create a Wi-Fi booking instance, new Wi-Fi. Then we do the same thing. Let's just var dump the Wi-Fi booking and call the getCost on it. Now as you can see, this code here is useless because I'm not going to use it to recalculate the new booking price. This code here is not used, so let's just comment that and just call getCost on our Wi-Fi booking object, because there in the Wi-Fi here will we get the base price for our booking, so we don't need to create new instance from the basic booking. Now if I go and var dump that, we should get 55, and we do. Let's say we also want to add a breakfast to our booking, so I also may end up by doing breakfast equal new breakfast. Then I will just var dump and call the breakfast and call the get cost on it. Now this time the calculation of the basic booking plus the breakfast is done in the breakfast class, so this code here become also useless. Now let's var dump that and see the result, and we get 16 as we expect. Now let's see, we want both breakfast and Wi-Fi to be added to our book. Now things become a little bit tricky, so I may end up doing something like Wi-Fi breakfast booking, and this will extend the basic booking, and I will have a function that is called get cost, and this function will return the parent get cost, which is the basic price for our booking. Now we have no access to the breakfast price and the Wi-Fi price, so either I may end up by hard coding the values like so, 5 plus 10, or I need to go to these classes and maybe change this variables type of the breakfast and Wi-Fi price and the breakfast price to be static, so I can access them using just their class names. But as you can see now, to add a new functionality, we found ourselves going to an existing classes and we try to change them to match our new implementation. And this is bad for many reasons. One, you may introduce new bugs to the system, and also very hard to go through all these classes if you have so many of them and change that on each one. So it's really very hard to maintain in this case. So let's just hard code those values for the breakfast price and also the Wi-Fi price. And now if I want to have the breakfast and the Wi-Fi to be added to my booking, I will create new instance. Let's call it just booking, and create new instance from the Wi-Fi and breakfast booking. Now if I var dump booking and call the get cost, I should get 65, and as we expected, we get 65. Now as we add more options to our booking service, things become more complicated to maintain. So how we can refactor this code using composition following the decorator pattern? So what we can do is let me remove this first from here. We can create an interface and let's call it maybe booking. And this interface will include only one function, and let's call it get cost. Each class that is going to implement this interface must offer a get cost function. Now let's start by making our basic booking implement this interface. So let's do that, implements, and our booking interface. Now Wi-Fi and breakfast will extend a decorator, so let's create that decorator. I'm gonna make it an abstract class, and let's call it maybe booking decorator, and this will implement the booking interface. So now we have to offer a get cost function. So now our decorator will be depending on an object of type booking. So to do that, I may inject an object of type booking within our booking decorator. This way, when I call the getCost function, I just proxy to that object and call the getCost on it. Now let's do that and create that constructor. Let's call our object booking, and here I'm just going to type int the booking interface, which means that when I create new instance from a class that extending this booking decorator, I must offer an object of type booking. Okay, so now our getCost function will just proxy to our getCost on that booking object, and let's call getCost on it. Perfect. Now our Wi-Fi will just extend the booking decorator, and here when I call the getCost, I will just call the getCost on the booking object that I inject to my booking decorator. Then I will add to it the Wi-Fi price, and let's do the same thing here. Okay, this booking, and call the getCost and add to it the breakfast price. Let's rename this to the breakfast price. Nice. I don't need this here, so let's remove it, and the same thing here, let's remove everything. Now I'm going to create my basic booking. This is the most basic booking in our system. Now if I want to add any option to this basic booking, I just need to wrap this basic booking with that object. So let's first var dump the cost of our basic booking to make sure that everything's still working as we expect. Let's call booking and call the getCost on it. And now if I run that script, unexpected identifier on line 6. What I have done in line 6. Oh, sorry guys, function. Okay, let's rerun our code, and as we expect, we get 50 as our basic booking. Now if I want to add an option to this basic booking, I just need to wrap it within other object. For example, if I want to add Wi-Fi, I will just call Wi-Fi, then I will pass the basic booking to the Wi-Fi, and because Wi-Fi extending the booking decorator, I will pass it to the constructor of our booking decorator. Correct? So now if I try to run the code, I should get 55, and as we expected. Now the same thing, if I want to only add a breakfast to my basic booking, I will just call breakfast. Now we should get 60. So let's try it. I get an error. Breakfast booking. Sorry, I forget to make our breakfast extend the booking decorator. So let's do that. Booking decorator. Okay. Now everything should work as we expect, and we do. We get 16. If I want to add both breakfast and Wi-Fi, I just need to wrap everything with Wi-Fi, and we should get 65 now, and we get the result we expected. Now here the order doesn't matter, I can switch those, and I will still get the same result. The order doesn't matter here, we just need to make sure that we wrap everything within our most basic functionality, and in this case it's basic booking. This is the one that we try to change its behavior, so it must go first. And the other functionalities that we want to add to this basic booking, it doesn't matter if we have Wi-Fi first or breakfast. So this is, guys, how you can implement a composition using the decorator pattern within your code base. I hope you enjoyed this video. Bye bye.